check, mic check. Let's go. What up? What it do? New York Giants, salute to all my New York Giants soldiers. Let's go, man. Let's get on their head, man. Let's get on their head. Yeah, we gotta talk about week 2. We gotta look ahead, y'all. I know. Week 1 was a complete disaster, but we looking ahead, man. Let's get in here. Let's have this conversation. Let's have a real conversation. I don't know about y'all, but I'm in the mood to tell it like it is and what it's gonna be. We ain't sugarcoating a damn thing. Let's go, man. Let's get on there here. Let's do it. I see y'all in the chat. New York Giants, salute to each and every one of you. Let's get it. Yes, sir. I see y'all. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some things for sure, man. We're gonna talk about some things. All right, let's get to it, man. It is your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant, TP Wade the Giant, man. As you already know, we face the Dallas Cowboys at 1 p.m. AT&T Stadium. 0-1 versus 0-1. Indeed, we are playing a team historically we have trouble with. We are coming off of an ugly week 1 loss, ass whooping, whatever you want to call it. But we need to get into that, man. Let's have the conversation. And, yeah, man, let's get active in this chat for sure because I want to get the thoughts of each and every one of you. So we're going to play the intro, and then we are going to dive right into it. Let's go.
I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field. And in order to win, you have to beat me. If you can't beat me, then you can't win.
I tell you right now, you know everybody gonna watch this ass whoop I'm put on you, right?
It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant. It's a TP Wade the Giant.
And get both feet down on the ground, and then it came out of the pile. This ball's thrown and Tyree. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Sometimes defiant.
Lobs it, Burris alone, touchdown New York.
All right, man, make sure that y'all like this stream on your way in. Help the algorithm do algorithm things, man. Let's get into this. Clinton Jones, I see you. Giving a salute to the chat. I see you. Born for Sports. New York Giants. Salute to my guy, Born for Sports. I see you. Danny, what's the word, man? What's the word? Danny saying what's good, stopping by. Good to hear from you, Danny. My guy, Money Mike, New York Giants. Salute to my guy, Money Mike.
All good, baby.
I see you. And then my bro, the Juke, is in the building. He says, can't wait for the season to start this Sunday. Yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact, man. Y'all stay tuned also, man, as well. Tomorrow, me and my bro, the Juke, will be doing another episode of the Big Blue crossover, man. And so make sure that y'all tune in for that. I think the time is around 12, if I'm not mistaken, man. So we're going to get a little afternoon stream going on, man, and talk about some things. Shout out to my guy, the Juke. Born for Sports says, battling my PTSD of the last 3 years. But, yeah, I'm on to week 2. Yes, this is an uncomfortable, feeling for every New York Giant fan. It definitely should be. We're going to get into that for sure. And, yeah, we not holding back any punches, man. We far away from that. Let me see. My guy, Iman Perry, New York Giants. Salute to my guy, Iman, saying what up in the chat. I see you.
3-5-4.
Yes, sir. And my guy, Danny, says, being a New York Giant fan ain't for the weak. Only the strong survive, man. You have never lied. You have never lied, man. I would just want to, kind of update, man, just how I feel. I know, my post-game live stream, I kind of use it as a little therapy a little bit, man. I just had to say what I needed to say. But all in all, man, this is part of it. You have week 1. And you got to move on to week 2. You have week 2, you got to move on to week 3, and so on and so forth. So I will say, as of right now, if you want a good laugh, if you want a good joke, you could go look at my schedule prediction that I did in the off season. But as of right now, I don't have us winning one game this season. And I'm not saying that because I don't think that is going to be the case. I'm not saying that because I don't think we are talented enough, but I'm saying that because I just am with the New York Giants. I'm just with that. Like, I don't care who it is. Even the Saints, I don't care who it is. We're going to have to earn every single game. But most importantly, man, this New York Giant team is going to have to earn back trust. They're going to have to earn back trust. So, yes, we are moving on from week 1, but we not carrying shit like how we once carried it, because at the simple matter of it is they have a lot of catching up to do, and they trust has been completely bombed away, man. Completely bombed away. We got another important is an understatement. Some would say this is the season right here. Some would say this is the season. We're going against a Dallas Cowboy team who looked pretty good versus the Philadelphia Eagles week 1. We're going against a Dallas Cowboy team who we have struggled to beat year after year, time after time. We're also going against a Dallas Cowboy team who was 0-1, just like we are 0-1, and we are both trying our best not to be the team that is winless in the division, but also just winless so far. So this is a huge, huge game for us, especially when you look at the schedule and the teams that we have coming. This is big, man. This is why it was so important for us to try to win that Washington game, man. But hey, we're here now. We got the Chiefs after this. We got the Chargers after this. Like, it gets real. It gets real. But with the same breath and time, I don't believe in bowing down to no team. Week 1 is week 1, and we just gotta, throw that shit in the trash and move on. But we are going to talk about, some things, and we're not going to act blind to the reality of situations, for sure. Mosley, I see you. He says, we here. Believe in Giants, even though we got no reason to, man. Yeah, we're going to definitely, get into some soldier mentality shit real early this season. We're going to weed out the weak, and we're going to see who's going to be here standing tall when things is, not the prettiest. Not the prettiest. See, right here in this moment of time, when shit is super ugly, see, these are the type of fans that I really like to rock with. These are the type of fans that I like to go to battle with. Like, I understand, like, the shit bad. I ain't sugarcoating that. Shit is bad. But I like to rock with the fans, man, that's going to see it through. And, that's still, no matter what, it's still rocking with the squad, man. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. My guy, Juan Gotti's in the building. He says maybe they'll win this week, man. New York Giants, salute to my guy, Juan Gotti. We put together, man, some dope streams, man, when we face Washington. We got to face Washington again, so you know how that goes. We're going to definitely revisit, teaming up and talking with my guy, Juan Gotti. But make sure that y'all also show love that way and subscribe to him for sure. Like I always say, when it comes to just football in general, follow them all. Follow all of the content creators. Get your knowledge up. Born for Sports hits me with an update here. It says, Deron Bland is out for weeks. He got hurt He got hurt at practice Monday. We need to take advantage. I'll take every break we can get. Wow, that's a bomb right there. I did not even know that. That's a bomb. That is a bomb. But yeah, I mean, look, we missing Micah McFadden. You know what I mean? We missing Micah McFadden. So yeah, that's just the name of the game. I mean, not to keep honing in on week 1, but we seen what happened when there was weak spots of the defense, or what the Commanders viewed as weak spots, rightfully so. You know, they attacked Cordell Flott because they didn't believe that Cordell Flott was up to the challenge. You know, right when Micah McFadden exited the game, what did they do? They got a touchdown on Darius Marsaw. So, yeah, that's part of the game. You got to, you know, see what you got, and then you got to see whoever steps in for Deron Bland, is he ready for the test? I will say, you know, going into this game, I definitely feel like our receivers are going to have a better showing, partially because I don't think it could get any worse. But also, I'm just not scared of this secondary, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's all about going out there doing, man, of course. It's all about going out there and putting it off of paper and executing. Omega Supreme, man, show my love. New York Giant, salute to my guy. Omega, I see you. Born for Sports letting it be known. He says, must win Sunday. Can't go down 0-2 in the season and division. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. This, you know, the Washington game was definitely like a hammer and a nail to the coffin, right? But if we go out there and we lose versus Dallas, that is going to be something that will be just as close to impossible as you could get in week 2 to bouncing back from. Like, I'm going to just be real with you. This is big. This is a big game for us, and I don't look at it as impossible. I mean, look, call me delusional, call me all types of shit, but I don't look at it as impossible. Am I confident? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am not confident. But I damn sure don't look at it as impossible. Omega with the Fee 5-4 farm. I see you, New York Giants. Salute to my guy Omega. Of course, man. Fee 5 for sure. Mosley with the flex. I see you. Danny says Marcus Membo needs to be starting on that offensive line on Sunday. And hey, Kafka, Membo does not need to be attempting to catch it passes on Sunday, man. I tell y'all, man, I was looking at the All-22, and I honestly, man, you think it hurts the first time when you lose, but you watch that All-22, and it really puts it in perspective just how out of touch, man, this coaching staff was, man. How ridiculous it was, man, and especially the one time we did get into the red zone. I'm not going to crash out. I'm not going to crash out. Let me just move forward, because I'm not going to crash out. All right. This is the pregame for Dallas. All right. Let me see. Born for Sports says, if we lose, I might spaz. LOL, but I ain't going nowhere. 330 crew for life, man. That's a fact. We here, man. Rain, sleet, slow. We here. Danny says the play calling needs to be aggressive in order for us to have a chance in Dallas. Dable needs to stop coaching scared. Oh, my God. He definitely deserves a funk flex bomb for that. Definitely deserves a funk flex bomb for that. Because y'all know me, man. That is something that I've been consistently saying this offseason. That scary shit I am sick and tired of. That is not the New York Giant way. And that cannot be the medicine for us to go on, man. Absolutely not. I am sick and tired of that scary shit. And people keep asking, like when we were talking about the red zone, okay, we gave the ball one time to Cam Scatterbo, because I was the one that was saying, feed Scatterbo. Yes, he got one carry in the red zone. And that wasn't even because of Cam. That was because Marcus Membo missed the block and fell into Cam. But was that enough to give up on it? Run it again. Run that shit again, man. I know I mentioned this last live stream, but I'm looking at this whole thing like, yo, y'all want to know a clear tell sign as to how we know it was different in the offseason versus what we've seen week 1? How many times did we see Elijah Chapman hop his big ass in on the offense at fullback. And not only he wasn't just there to take up space, he was wrecking shit. Elijah Chapman was wrecking shit when he was at fullback this offseason. And I go a step further. They even put a report out saying every time Elijah Chapman lined up at fullback, every single time, he was messing up either his or another player's face mask because that's how heavy he was coming. Pause. But then we get into the regular season and we just all of a sudden we just forget all that type of shit. We forget all of that. I'll take it a step further. How do you not have a coaching staff? And I really hate that because we moving on. I understand, but we got to talk about it. We're not holding punches. How do you see Cam Scatterbo? I'm gonna get into it later. I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. It's on the docket. I will get into it later. Hip Hop is Life says a lot of our problems stem from a bad offensive line. Can't run. QB has no time, which causes our wide receivers not getting the ball. Now Neighbors is pissed, and we can't stay on the field, so our defense gets tired fast. That is a fact, bro. That is a fact, man. And I would think that is the obvious. I would think that everybody understands that, but everybody doesn't understand that. Everybody doesn't understand that, but you are 100% right. I couldn't disagree with you at all. Born for Sports says coaching matters. Problem is we have a bottom 5-tier staff. Thank you. And Born for Sports, we definitely got to get you up here soon, man, because we need to talk this thing out, man. We need to talk this thing out. I'm still trying to, woo Saul just a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Omega says a lot of people blaming Russ, but we have had one of the weakest, if not the weakest, offensive line in the league. Putting Jackson Dart out prematurely behind this line would be a mistake. That is another thing, man, that is on the docket that we are going to definitely discuss because, of course, we knew this was going to come, man. The Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson, question was of course, going to be brought up. But, yes, we will get into that. It's stupid to me, but we got to talk about it. The Real Multi is in the building. I see you. He says, baby. Salute to my Giants family. Hopefully we can pull off a win this Sunday. I'm still having nightmares in week 1. But salute TP. Yes, man. New York Giants, salute to the Real Multi. I'm going to be real with you. I can't remember, the last time I felt like this. This loss right here was one of those ones. This was one of those ones, man. And again, it wasn't just the fact that we lost the game. It was just how we lost the game. It was so disheartening to see like we didn't look any different than what we looked like last year, man. Like that was one of the things, man, that was just crazy to me. And I don't want to hear that we are not talented enough because we are. We are. And so for us to look like that with the talent that we have on roster, man, it's inexcusable. So I can't blame New York Giant fans for feeling the way they feel and for crashing out. I can't blame y'all. You have definitely a right to feel that way, man. All of this time and effort and money and all of this that we put in, man, to this team for them to completely just slap us in the face and put the product that they put out week 1 was ridiculous. But again, the only positive thing is that week 1 is over and it is just week 1. That is the only positive thing. So we're going to march forward, man. Purple and Gold Ball says, TP, tune up game for you guys. I'm still standing on my bold prediction that the Giants are going to be a lot better than predicted. Not scared of a week 1 loss for you guys. Have some hope, people. Yeah, man. Shout out to my guy, Purple and Gold Balls, New York Giants. Salute to him, man. Hey, look, the sad part is he's a dope Minnesota Viking content creator, but he goes a lot harder than a lot of New York Giant fans do. He goes a lot harder than a lot of New York Giant fans do, man. Shout out to my guy. And I'm always rooting low-key for the Vikings outside of the Giants, of course. But I'm always low-key because y'all know the relationship and rapport that I have over there. That's like our cousins over there, man. So shout out to the Minnesota Vikings handling their business week 1. You know what I mean? J.J. McCarthy shutting up the haters and the doubters. And so, yeah, man, shout out to the Vikings. Shout out to Rap. Shout out to D Woods. Shout out to my guy Zoe. And, of course, Purple and Gold Balls. I see you. I see you. Born for Sports says Russ wasn't good and made mistakes that can't keep happening. But I'm putting last week's performance on O-line and coaching. Play calling both sides of the ball, both were garbage. Yes, man. Yes, very much. Very much so. And yeah, Born for Sports, I'm gonna send you that link. Let me see here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can send out this link real quick. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter. Let me see. All right, there we go. Let me see right there. All right, there's some weird stuff going on with X. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it in the chat. Forget it. It's all right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Where was I at? My fault. Back to regular scheduled programming. Danny, I see you, Danny. Danny says, I say this, TP. If Rush hits the bed by halftime, I think the start of the third quarter, Dable needs to push the start button on the Jackson Dart era. Your thoughts? We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna finish these comments, and we're gonna talk about this whole Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson situation. Coach Ed, here we go. Shout out to my guy, Coach Ed, man. Definitely New York Giants. Salute to Coach Ed. Says the ability to identify talent, coach, and develop the talent and make sound adjustments is vital to being an average to good team. This staff can't beat a D3 college team. That is a fact. These is one of those comments I wish I could just pen, so because this is a fact, man. And shout out to Coach, because Coach, see, and this is the dope thing, man. We have people up here, man, that can speak from all types of point of views. You know, people who played the game, and also, you know, we have Coach Ed, of course. You can see it in the name, who coaches the game, man. And so, definitely go over to Coach Ed, man, to get that perspective. And to get that knowledge, man, to get the ins and outs and the intricate details of just everything that we may have overlooked and stuff, man. So Coach Ed is definitely one of the best, you know, as far as just talking just football in general, but especially New York Giant football. But yes, Coach, I 100% agree, man. I 100% agree. Where am I at? Let me go. Money Mike says, we have a good team and mad talent, but the foundation being the O-line for it to all come together is a problem. Hopefully Andrews coming back helps the line gain chemistry with each other, man. Yeah, I mean, look, Andrew Thomas is going to help, but he's not going to be, you know, the solver of everything, man. But, yeah, we could get all the help that we need. Unfortunately, I just don't think he's going to be back week 2. Unfortunately. Hopefully, I mean, if God willing, look, let's make it happen. I just think, you know, what he's dealing with is going to take just a little bit of time, a little more time. Seti letting us know that he saw Bland is out for the Giants game. Yes, man. Yes, I was. They said this in the chat a little earlier, man. Shout out to that, because we could use that. We could use that. But let's get into it, man. Let's dive right into this whole Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson, you know, conversation. I'm going to start here because I want people to understand that I never took the side as to saying that I believed Russell Wilson just had himself this perfect game and that he didn't have himself a piece of the pie. And it's funny I'm saying this, but it just sounds like exactly what I used to say about Daniel Jones. It's funny. But I kind of wrote down some things, man, that I did see that Russ could improve on, and some knocks against Russ. Height being a problem. I think when you have bad offensive line play, you need a quarterback, man, that can definitely do a better job at just seeing over the line. There were more than a couple batted passes, and a lot of that was because Russell just doesn't have the height to do the things that we necessarily need to execute with a bad offensive line. With a bad offensive line, he did make some plays with his legs. At times, he could have made some more plays. I mean, even in the red zone, there was a time where he, was scanning, and if he would have just alert himself to just go, he could have made just a few more plays by just running. The moon ball. I mean, I think we kind of got away with it a little earlier than I would have wanted to. I know we did it, a couple of times, but I liked our chances, especially because nothing else was working. What we were doing, I mean, that bullshit that we was putting out there, none of that crap was working, and I just would have liked for us to continue on with that moon ball because, I mean, let's think about it. There was one to Malik Neighbors that was a reception. And there was one to Darius Slayton that was a clear pass interference as far as a face mask. The corner grabbed a whole handful of face masks, and it was a missed call. But to me, those are two wins because those are signs that the corners are not having the best of luck as far as their chances of guarding these receivers down the field. And any time that it wasn't a completion, it was because Russell Wilson was a little inaccurate, underthrowing Malik Neighbors at times, and also the offensive line. I mean, of course, we noticed the offensive line being absolutely terrible. So yes, I would have liked to see more of a consistent moon ball from Russell Wilson. That's just one of those things where it's just like, you know what? You can't afford to have that, man, especially in a game like that. You can't have those, especially, I mean, Russell Wilson, that's a lot as to why we are going with them and why we trust them. And it is because, Russell Wilson is known to make stuff like that happen. You know what I mean? He is known to make these deep throws accurately. And so when you don't have that, it hurts. It hurts. Also, I don't know as far as, what they cooked up, what the game plan was, what the whole scheme, that everything, all of that was just trash. All of it was trash. But I do want to see more pre-snap, audibles, man. I mean, do y'all know how many times that I've looked at this weak-ass offense, march to the line, and single back formation and all that. There's everything about, no wizardry at all. Everything about these basic ass plays were predictable. They were so predictable. And we just went with it. We went with it. There was times where Russell Wilson was under center, and I would have thought, okay, we're going to play action out of this, or we're going to make something happen to where we're just not going to do what is already just clear as day that they're ready for. No. So I would just like to see just more action, man. Just more pre-snap audibles, man. And just, getting us out of these ugly-ass situations. Now, with all that being said, let me also give some pushback. Because, no, I don't think that, getting Jackson Dart, in is going to just do wonders for us. I don't know how people watched that game and just thought quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all, again, I already spoke about that last post-game live stream. But I will say this. There are some things that Jackson Dart does add to the game that Russell Wilson may not. And I'm only referring to bad offensive line play. We're not talking about if the offensive line play is holding strong, because that's not the case for us. Now the discussion is who will have the better success behind a terrible offensive line. That is the real question. And I'm not going to ignore the fact, off the things that we've mentioned. I mean, height, for example. Jackson Dart has the height advantage to be able to see what is going on out there on the field while this offensive line is being broke down to pieces. Jackson Dart has the advantage as far as making plays on the run. We know that Jackson Dart is going to, keep that same energy that any and everybody is going to keep on the defense. He ain't ducking for shit. Jackson Dart is going to run hard. He's going to be physical. And he's going to also think, okay, run, take off, go make a play. So I give it to Jackson Dart on that. And so, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to act like, there aren't things that Jackson Dart just cannot bring to the table that Russell Wilson, may not, his strong suit may not be. But again, let me make this clear. That's not the end all be all, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch this game and you thought to yourself, oh, a new quarterback is gonna just be all the answers to everything, you are sadly mistaken. Like my man Born for Sports said earlier, there are things that on the list of things as far as us getting better in order for us to win games, there are things that come way before quarterback play. Trust me. Coaching is a number one by a long shot. Offensive line, I wouldn't even say 2. That's 1B. That is 1B. So, and we're not going to sit here and discredit the things that Russell Wilson did do good as well too. I mean, Russell Wilson gave us everything that we believe Russell Wilson to be, man. I mean, there was nothing that pretty much he did do or didn't do that was just like, oh, that was super out of character. I mean, really the main thing was just like you could just see the effects of just bad offensive line play. But all in all, man, I mean, I just don't know why Giant fans, they automatically look at quarterback play when things go left. I just don't understand. There's just so much other shit that you got to focus on, man. I feel like a lot of Giant fans will do any and everything but say Coach Dable. They will do any and everything but call out the names that really need to be called out. And I really don't get it. And that's what I definitely want to get into, man, is this coaching staff, man. But before I do that, let me catch up, in this chat. I'll wait for my guy Born for Sports to get in here. Let me see. The Dark Friend says, Coach Ed is right on. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, then it is pointless. Danny says, Russ can't see the middle of the field. Mosley said, everyone needs to make improvements, but he was not the problem, man. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. Danny says, Russ did not cook. He was fried. And Mosley seconds that said hibachied. Hey, man. I don't know too many quarterbacks that's going to cook what Russ was given. I'll tell you that. So we ain't going to make this a Russ thing, man. I ain't going to let us do that. The Dark Friend says Thomas is going to help, but I am still not feeling great about it. Plus, who knows how long Thomas plays this year. Born for Sports is in the building. My guy, Jorge, man, how you feeling?
Man, it's a tough week right now, bro. It's a real tough week, man. I'm dealing with a whole lot of PTSD the last 3 years, like I mentioned earlier. I got a lot of anger. I still got some hope because it's week 1, but I can't ignore what's been in front of us the last 3 years, man. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you want to get into it, but that's just what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. I got a whole, docket here, but
yeah,
I will say, man, as far as hope is concerned, look, I got the soldier pack of hope, which means I got the self-hope that I just automatically come with, just me being who I am. But as far as the hope that I could give to this team, I have absolutely none, man. Because that week 1 performance was a complete slap in the face. And I'm just ashamed, man, especially, and I'm going to put the onus not on his players as much as I'm going to do to this coaching staff, man, because I don't think this coaching staff gave us much of a chance, man. So we'll get into it, man. Let me just finish reading these comments here. Mosley said, our schemes and concepts just sucked. Yeah. Danny says JMS is a bust. Yeah, JMS was looking terrible as well. My guy JB was saying 757, we here, baby. Let's turn this shit around Sunday, man. 7-5. I see you, man. Shout out to the home team, 7-5. I see you. The Dark Friend says JMS is a wrestler who cannot get leverage or has strength to stop power rushes. He is the worst starting center in the league.
Wrestler? More like a jobber. For wrestling fans, they know what that means. Jobber. He's a jobber.
Tyrone Hall is in the building, man. New York Giants, salute to my guy, Tyrone Hall. He says, salute to the chat. I keep telling myself it is only one game, man. That is a fact. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I'm doing the same, my brother. William Horton is saying what up in the chat. William, what's going on? The real Multi is letting it be known. Look, I have 35% hope for this coaching staff. Yeah, I don't blame you. Pootie, close that door for me, sweetheart. Close the door. That's my daughter making all that noise back there. All right, so yeah, let's dive into this coaching, man, because again, that is really the main thing for me. That was the main disappointment that I really had. Hey, Mets, I see you, man. Wait, at the end of the show, I'll get you up here, bro. But yeah, the coaching was just absolutely disappointing for me, man. Was absolutely disappointment, and that is the reason as to why my confidence was just shot, because of just schematically how we looked and how we were just out-coached. It wasn't even close.
No.
It wasn't even close, man. So going into Dallas, let's talk about that. Going into Dallas, one of the things, man, that coaching-wise that we need to, because fans, I don't know, man. I think fans, we see it. But coaching-wise that I need us to understand is we need to utilize Cam Skedaddle, man. Cam Scatterbo.
Absolutely.
Please tell me why you see Cam Scatterbo run dudes over on one play when he gets that swing route, runs the corner clean over. Really, honestly, one of the biggest highlights in the whole game offensively.
Best highlight, in my opinion.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then there's another play where he runs another dude over. And then when you think to yourself, okay, maybe that should be enough to say, hey, coaches, this guy is hot. This guy is running with intensity. Maybe we should use him in the red zone. He gives you another example off of a play action. He picks up a block, and he completely just cleans Buddy.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And I know you loved it, because I know that point of attack. I know you loved it.
I got up off the seat, almost dropped him to death. Like, let's go, let's get it. Like,
come on, man. God. Come on. So again, it just mind blowing to me. No matter how many times I watched it, because I watched the all 22, and I really just tried to understand why, when we got in the red zone or we got to these close yardage situations, did we not feed the hot hand and Cam Scatterbo, man? I just don't get it. I really don't, man.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. TP, I agree. I mean, to me, it was classic Mike Kafka saying, I want to look like the smartest guy in the room. It was all ego for me, because if Scatterbo shows you, first of all, we all know he missed preseason. We know that.
That was a great point too. But.
He had a couple weeks to heal up. He got that rust off. He comes out. The offense is stagnant, not moving the ball, nothing. And immediately when he got in the game, the energy went up. He made a couple of plays, and instead of riding that, we take him out. for Tracy. Like, for what? Tracy, listen, all due respect to Tracy, he didn't have a lot of holes to run through, but he wasn't getting it done, and it's a bottom line business.
Yes.
Okay? He wasn't getting it done. He didn't have the energy that Cam Scatterbo brought. And this is Kafka.
And I do want to add to that, not really so much to the fault of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there was some offensive line breakdowns. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I just
yeah, I want to get into those guys too, because I'm already like, but I just feel like Kafka just wanted to be the smartest guy in the room. What kind of a play call is that? At the goal line, you want to go on 1st and goal. You want to go a play action rollout to throw it to Membo? Can I get Membo in there to block somebody? Can I get him out there? But you want to run a route for him? What are we doing, TP? What are we doing?
My God. Hey, did you see how the defender is pointing him out?
Right.
Like, prior to the play being snapped, the defender is like, hey, look.
Yeah.
This guy's eligible right here.
Yep.
They seen it coming. They were well prepared for that bullshit, man.
And it goes back to Coach Amanis, TP, because clearly, they had an idea of everything they were trying to run.
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, it was telegraphed.
Yes.
We
were predictable. Yeah.
Very. And like you said, I love what you said too. When you brought up why in the world, after they give Scat the ball at the goal line, they never went back to it. Why? Isn't that one of his strengths when we drafted him, is to be the goal line guy, get in the end zone? You see, the evidence is clear in front of you. He's killing in pass pro. He caught a pass in the flat, breaks a couple of tackles. So he's showing you, bro, I'm about it. Give me the ball. And you say, no, I'm not even going to give him another play in that goal line. But hey, why not throw it to Membo on a fade route in the goal? It's ridiculous, brother.
Hey, look. This is my issue right here. This is exactly my issue, is what Coach Ed is saying. He says, TP, there is nothing to try and understand. That's my issue. I'm trying to understand bullshit.
I agree.
They not that's my problem. You can't
understand logic, and they don't have it.
Exactly.
Coach Ed is still in the real, bro. He is.
He says this coaching staff is inferior, lacks the ability to motivate men. That is a fact. And is led by a Napoleon clown. It's destined to be a complete failure. He's talking right now.
Absolute facts.
He's
we
talking.
have a bottom 5 tier coaching staff, and it's sad. Excuse me, it's sad because and I'm starting to think about it. And I said this. I had a recap video on Monday that I just had to get out. I was at work. I was still feeling the way. I just get it out. It's clear to see. First of all, Brian Dable, after year 1, has been outcoached by every elite coach he has gotten against. And it's sad. It just hasn't gotten better. They know what we're doing all the time. Yeah. Our coordinators, bottom tier, brother. We're bottom tier, bro. Wink, we should have never let him go. We should have never let him go.
God,
and and I'm going to be honest. Last year, you were one of the first ones that was telling me, like, yo, bro, I don't know if this is the right move, because I was mad at Wink, because I felt like he was being a baby. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
But the scheme and schematics are what they are. Bowen stinks, brother.
And that's the thing, man. That's another thing about Coach Dable that I was able to see through, was that I seen that Coach Dable, manipulated the audience and the people around him, making it think like it was everybody else and all of these other people, when I could see, like, whoa, no.
He's a part of it too.
No, yeah. Right. You're the horn on it. And this is the thing, and I always, the Daniel Jones thing is always in the conversation some way, somehow. And this is not me saying that, again, I'm not saying Daniel Jones was the quarterback. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is better than anything we have on this roster or anything along those lines. But me, anytime that I was speaking about Daniel Jones, I was consistently saying that, no, everybody is speaking about Daniel Jones, but no one is really speaking about around Daniel Jones. What about outside of Daniel Jones?
That's right.
Like, okay, I get it. Y'all look at Daniel Jones and y'all see terrible. That's fine. But how come outside of that we are not looking at this coaching?
Yeah.
How come outside of that we're not seeing that Coach Dable is also not helping this quarterback? Let's say Daniel Jones. Let's stay with the point that Daniel Jones is terrible, right? Let's all agree to that, right? Even with having a terrible quarterback, why are you still not being able to coach and put this terrible quarterback in a position to at least, look better than the garbage that was out there? So, like, again, it's not really a Daniel Jones conversation. I'm just saying, I was able to see, like, man, y'all, you gotta look at this coaching sometime, and you gotta be able to look at things outside of the quarterback, and you gotta be able to pinpoint these things and hone in on these facts, man. And they gotta be accountable, or else this is what's gonna happen.
No, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, bro. And in response to that, I totally agree with you. And listen, you know me, I'm honest of how I'm always gonna put it out there. I wasn't the biggest Daniel Jones fan, and I gave him his fair criticism, but I never ignored what was, like you said, what was around him as well.
Yeah.
This is why I was saying, bro, we should have just cleaned house last year. This is why I said it. I said we need to. And I was very adamant. I said, listen, I don't want to do one goes and we keep one the other. I want both on together.
Yep.
They are a package deal to me. The problem is John Mara never's going to see it that way. He's always comfortable with the GM, and I'll get rid of the coach first before I make a move on the GM. He's done it historically. That is the problem as well. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to lie. I like Joe Shane's last two drafts, but his first two drafts have killed us, bro. Look at what's going on. Bust galore.
Real quick, I do want to read this super chat, man. Lang Hughes is just making sure that he just adds fire to what's already a fire. Told y'all Washington coaching light years ahead of y'all.
Not even close.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I ever even argued this one though.
Never did either.
I don't even think I ever even argued this.
I was strictly focused in tunnel vision at the rosters. That's it.
Yeah. But again, man, just as far as it pertains to Dallas, I will say that there's one thing that I can say, man. Out of all of the odds that are stacked against us with this matchup versus Dallas, one is we're gonna play better than we did week one. And I know that's not saying much, because how can you play much worse? But also, styles make fights. And I think that we also stack up a lot better versus Dallas than our week one of matchup versus Washington. Does that mean a win is the big question mark? Again, right now I don't have the hope to say that. But that is just something to point, man, that if there's a world, that we are coached right, because I also will say this, in history, like as far as under this leadership, we have seen times where they look like completely different coaches. Like they'll coach a terrible last game, and then the next game they'll get into a bag where it's just like, where was this in ABCDE game?
Yeah, what took you so long?
What took you so long?
Yeah.
So I'm also hoping that it's one of those games, where we do look like we, got our heads out our ass, man. But how do you feel like coaching, versus Dallas? How do you feel going into this? I mean, I know none of us is too confident, but yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I got to. First of all, Brian Schottenheimer, if he outcoaches Brian Dable, I'm coming. I'm coming for heads. Okay, I'm coming for heads. That's number one. Brian Schottenheimer. First of all, people, Brian Schottenheimer has been a mediocre offensive coordinator for almost a decade plus. And now you mean to tell me if I go out there and I watch this game Sunday and I see this man out coaching Brian Dable, get rid of him Monday.
Not the offensive guru.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The one that we all were fooled to thinking, he helped Josh Allen. Josh Allen made him. Yeah. This is what we are finding out, people. Josh Allen made Brian Dable and the reputation he has. Okay, that's number one. So I better not see Brian Schottenheimer out coach him.
That's
Secondly, as far as position coaches,
yo.
Eberflus is a better defensive coordinator than Shane Bowen. You got to be honest about that. Okay, he was good with the Colts, as a coordinator up there, Eberflus, and hey, it didn't work out as a head coach. We know that, but we know how this goes. Some guys are better at coordinators. I have way more confidence in Eberflus putting together a game plan to stop us than Shane Bowen putting a game plan to stop Dallas. Yes. And as far as you say, I do agree. This is why I'm looking at Dable here. Mm-hmm. I do agree with you. I actually think we match up better against the Cowboys currently right now as constructed than Washington, because what does Washington do? They run the ball. What do we do not do well? Stop the run. Dallas is a pass or heavy offense, and they have a quarterback who is stationary in the pocket. So I'm telling you right now, if I see Shane Bowen do this spy nonsense with Abdul Carter this week, or he want to play more zone than attacking and sending the dogs, because you know what, TP? Only Shane Bowen would think, hey, I got the most dogs and elite pass rushers in the league that, you know what? I'd rather them play zone, brother, and keep them back and play read and react than attack the quarterback.
Hold on, real quick. I gotta get that on. Because I'm glad you said that. I have to get that Funk Flex bomb off on that, because you are preaching right now. That is a fact. First off, I'm glad you brought up the first point with Coach Dable. Most definitely better not get out coached by this guy, man. Better not get out coached by him, man. See, it's one thing, because over there in Washington they have one hell of a coach in Coach Cliff, man. Like they have one hell of a coach. But if you go into this game, especially the position that we are in, backs against the wall, and you get out coached by him, I don't see a world where Giant fans don't see that and not calling for his head right then and there.
We will be.
Come on. Oh, fact. And then the other point that you made, defensively, Coach Shane Bowen. It's I promise you, man. And you mentioned you said something earlier about ego, but I promise you, this shit is just so. A lot of things are simple. A lot of things you don't really have to think too much about, man. This shit is so obvious. If you do not let your dogs go hunt this game, man. If you do not let your dogs go hunt, this will be one of the, saddest displays of football that we will see, man. Disgusting. We will literally be robbed as New York Giant fans.
Absolutely, brother.
Put Abdul Carter out there. I don't want to hear none of that. We saving him crap. No, let him go hunt.
Eat.
Let him go eat. None of that zone crap. Send him.
Number 3 pick, and you want to what are we doing? And I don't mean to cut you off, TP.
No, go.
I'm going to be honest. I did mention in my preview video before last week's game that I wanted to see some formations that maybe we do something with Carter doing a spot. But I want 85-90% rush. I didn't want it like that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Because I believe you have to kind of, play the game a little bit with Coach Cliff, because he's a good coach.
Right.
He's gonna have some wrinkles. So I just felt like maybe you might have something prepared. What do I know? Have a defense corner be actually prepared. But hey, that's beyond me. But you know what I'm saying? For him to do it like that, get out of here. Come on now. What are we playing? So we got a bunch of we have pass rushers, elite pass rushers, and very good man corners, and he wants to play zone. How does that happen, brother? How does that happen? Because only the Giants would hire a guy like that has a scheme that way, but then bring in the personnel that's anti-scheme, because that's what we do, ain't it? Unbelievable, brother.
So your point, what you just said, adjustments.
Yes.
Adjustments. See, that's another thing that pissed me off about last week. That if I don't see it this week, it's gonna be the same thing, man. I'm gonna crash out, as the youngest say.
For sure.
It was so disheartening, man. It was so disheartening to see, okay, the first half of the game, as ugly as it was, right? For you to come in the second half and there were no adjustments.
No. And
So,
that's one of his problems, bro.
No, go ahead. I mean, I just need to see adjustments if need be. Like, again, it's just coaching, man. We gotta be able to just not look the way we was looking. But before Jorge, you go, man. Listen, if you are new to this stream, first of all, shout out to you. New York Giants, salute to each and every New York Giant fan that is tuned in. Please do me this favor and like this stream now. Like this stream. Please like the stream, and let's help this thing go up. Also, subscribe, man. It costs you nothing. All that happens for you on your side is that you gained dope New York Giant content, and you gained a New York Giant family that you can't get anywhere else, man.
Hey, what y'all waiting for? Come on, you know TP putting in that work, y'all. Come on now. Let's do the right thing, y'all.
Let's go. Let's get to it. And of course, man, Born for Sports, talk to him. I'm gonna go ahead and just second. Y'all gotta follow my guy Born for Sports. He is no stranger to this channel. Y'all know y'all see him often up here, man. But Born for Sports, please tell them, Jorge, where they could find you.
Well, listen, you guys should know me by now. I come to TP, my bro, always showing love to TP. You can find me at Born for Sports. The ad is BORN. Number 4, SPORTZ75. Diehard New York Giant fan. Salute to my Section 330 cool brothers out there. Diehard Knicks, Mets. We talking all New York sports, baby.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. All right. Back to it. So, key matchups, man. I mean, we kind of spoke to us feeling like we match up just better with Dallas. Just coming off of that week 1 situation. I think this is the obvious. I think all of us feel this way. This cornerback and receiver matchup. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and our secondary. We're going to very much, man, need an answer to this passing game. They run the ball pretty well as well, their first showing, but mainly this passing game. I'm somebody who just personally, I can't stand Dak Prescott. I don't like him, but I respect what he does as a quarterback.
Same.
You know,
anyone with the star gets no love. Come on.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, I mean, how do you feel, man, just about this matchup? Because that may be the biggest thing, man, is how are we going to slow down or stop these receivers?
Well, first things first, we have to find a way to take play action away from Dak. We cannot give him play action. If we're giving up chunks on the ground again, Javonte Williams is not a guy we need to sleep on. He is a solid running back. And we all know the Cowboy offensive line, they're usually going to be right. I like the moves. I hate saying it out loud, but I do like the draft pick they got from Alabama. I think he's going to be a really good player. And they have a good offensive line. They're gonna try to establish that play action. We cannot let that happen. And I need Dexter Lawrence to be Dexter Lawrence this week. I gave him a pass last week. Obviously, the preseason rust. And I also think, as a human being, as a fellow dad, we are, I think playing a part also with his wife about to give labor any day also probably had his mind a little distracted. But I put more of it on the fact he had preseason rust. We need Dexter Lawrence to show up, and we need our run defense to be better. Now, it's not going to be easy with McFadden injury. I'm very worried about that because Okereke is just not looking like himself in this scheme. I don't know whether it's I'm feeling like it's more of the scheme situation of how he's being used, but the facts are the facts. He's not looking well. He just isn't. He's not fighting, getting all blocks. It just isn't working. So I have concerns about that, but we got to take away play action, bro. And if we do that, obviously, we got to unleash the dogs. I don't even want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear we just rushing 4 or 3. You can't expect just to get home all freaking game for 60-plus plays, ball, with just 4 down linemen. You got to attack. You got to disrupt Dak. If you give Dak time, he's going to pick you apart, man. But that can be had if you make them uncomfortable, and we are one of the teams that can make that happen. So go make it happen. That's what I'm feeling on it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think another thing too that people don't really give us credit for on week 1. I mean, when I say people, I'm just referring to Giant fans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that people really give us credit for like this secondary on the job that they did. Now, There was a couple of plays, right? You got Paulson and Debo, who got cooked on one play.
Yeah, he got cooked. I saw that. He got cooked.
That
looked
was,
like
oh my God. Real quick. And that's a little alarming because, you got Terry McLaurin doing that to you like that.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb is one of those route artists, so that's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, all right, it's a little eye-opening, right? But you also look at the other side to it, man, and look, when I looked at the All-22, Banks was in there a little bit more than I thought he was after the first watch. But
yeah, he was like, they used him in nickel a lot.
But Cordell, they're gonna try to pick on him, man. I'm just letting it just point blank. Period. They're gonna try to pick on Cordell, and that George Pickens task is not going to be an easy one. Yeah. So we're going to need a big game from Cordell Flott, and we're going to need him to also, man, just really step up. Because
and if the ball gets on your hands, Cordell, I need you to hold on to that pick.
Yes,
I need
man.
you to do it.
Yes.
I need you to do it.
Yes.
All corners for that matter, all of them. Because the
we need them turnovers.
Yeah, brother, because, listen, Debo got cooked on that route on Terry because he jumped the route trying to get an interception.
Yeah.
So we know what Debo is trying to do. That's why the Giants signed him. He's there to take the ball away and play solid coverage, but he's got to be more disciplined. You're stepping up in weight class when you're dealing with CeeDee Lamb. I agree with you totally. But Flott, that matchup is going to be huge because I can definitely see if Dak gets in trouble or if he has too much time, I should say, and we're not getting home and we're just doing this zone nonsense, he's going to pick him apart and Flott will be the target. There's no doubt in my mind. They're going to target him.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. Sure. Yeah. But I want to highlight this too, man. I wasn't mad at Javon Holland's take, man. Like,
no, I wasn't.
Come on. Y'all could,
nope.
I know
Where
a lot
of
everyone looks at the way people look at the game, bro. The way they look at the game. You know, they look at it like, oh man, Zach Ertz caught this pass. So bad defense or bad job, Javon Holland. And it's just like, no, at the end of the day, good defense is good defense, but nothing could ever counter, like better offense.
That was
like
a great
Zach
throw.
Ertz, he made a lot of those catches very difficult for Zach Ertz to catch.
Yes.
And he was on a lot of those, in the middle passes, man. Javon Holland, he came up, he was tackling, and he also, in the coverage game, was on a lot of those, completed passes. And when people say, oh, the Giants defense did nothing to stop the Commanders, well, nah. Like, he made it to where he made it to where if Jaden Daniels really didn't put it on the money, it was going to make it just more difficult for them to make the catch. Right. So I mean, Javon Holland, I'm not too mad at, man, and that's just another name, man, that I feel like really didn't receive the credit over all the bullshit that happened. That really didn't receive that credit.
Right, and I'm glad you brought up our safety situation. I think, in my opinion, Bowen is going to have to use Nubin more in the box going forward without McFadden. That is a big loss. I do not trust Mawasa. I do not trust him. I'm sorry. The fact that I'm hearing the Giants love what he brings to the table, which bothers me already, because I'm like, well, who's scouting this guy? Because I haven't seen him make a play besides week 1 last year at the home opener on a deflected pass. So I don't know what they're seeing, but I hope whatever they're seeing happens. But in my opinion, I think we need to take advantage of that and use Nubin more in the box because that was, I know he's a playmaker. I love his playmaking ability, but we're a little compromising there until I see what Miles Sal can do.
I do want to add to this, man, as we're talking about this secondary. The run game is also their responsibility as well. And I know people forget that. But I actually put out a video. If y'all didn't see that, man, make sure y'all go see that. But I put out a video, man, just going over just a little bit, a very pinch. I ain't dig deep into the bag, man, but just showing how important it is for corners also to do their assignment in the run game. Particularly, I showed how Cordell Flott, man, like that outside containment that he needed to hold.
Right.
And
a bad angle.
Man, he was doing that a few times, man, in the in the run game. And a lot of people don't necessarily see that, especially in the first, sit down and first watch. But these corners are also there. These corners are not exempt from getting their head in there and making a stop on these run stoppage situations.
It's assignment football.
Yes,
assignment football. You gotta be disciplined, man. No doubt about it. I totally agree with you. And one thing I'll say about I was down on Deonte Banks last year. You know my reasons. I didn't like the whole quitting thing and all of that. But one thing I will say is when he is focused, he sticks his nose in there and he will come up and make a tackle. Flott, if you can't do that, bro, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go back to nickel and just go outside and stay in your zone because I'm not dealing with that. So you're absolutely right, bro. I'm glad you brought that up because I was talking about that the other day that I did not like his missed assignments on his on the outside and covering in there on getting his nose in there.
I'm going to get to Last Man Standing has a comment here. He says, peace and prosperity, my brothers. He says, great football conversation. Let's speak some good vibes. Hope this Sunday. What y'all think we are going to do at linebacker because Michael McFadden missing really hurts us. So, Jorge kind of touched on that a little bit, but I agree. I second that, man. I watched the film, and Michael McFadden, man, he was flying to the ball with the purpose.
Yep.
And I think that Bobby Okereke actually plays better with Michael McFadden aside to him.
Absolutely.
And so we are definitely going to miss Michael Fadden. And like Jorge said, that's a miss. So they missing Bland. We missing Michael McFadden.
Let's
and
go.
So, that's going to be that's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say as far as stopping the running game as well. Look, we have to get a push up front, and our edge guys, they have to also be disciplined and not be overzealous. Now, again, this defensive line didn't do a terrible job. But there are some things that I did see. Kayvon Thibodeau, a lot of time he overcooks his grits in the run game because he's just so hungry on trying to make a play that a lot of times it hurts him if he is not making sure he takes care of his responsibility first.
Absolutely.
Brian Burns was a little similar, but again, these edge guys, we really got to just do a better job at just being real strong and tough and setting these edges and making sure that we hold our own before we play outside of our assignment.
Absolutely, brother. I definitely agree with that, man. We gotta play more discipline. It's a tough situation when you're playing RPO assignments against Jaden Daniels. It's real. It can be tough. It can be tough, but this is a week. You got to be disciplined. Got to be disciplined, and I expect that this week. I definitely do. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Let's go to the offensive side of the ball, man. I'm gonna be real with you, and this is just I'm not even gonna be on that, extra shit because we definitely don't deserve to be on that type of time. But Dallas defense, I mean, I really do think that we could make something happen. Again, this is all predicated on if our coaching staff can get their head out their ass.
For
But
sure.
I do think we can make things happen versus this defense because I'm just not scared, man. I'm not
No.
scared of them defensively. I do recognize that Diggs, man, a lot of people, don't look at him as a corner worth paying attention to. I like his skill set. I think that he could very much be a corner that can, make plays if you let him. But
But he can
overall,
get
man,
beat.
yes, he can get beat. He can get beat. And
He
I'm
jumps a
definitely
lot of
taking Malik.
routes.
I'm definitely taking Malik over
Yeah.
anybody, especially Diggs. I'm not,
Yeah.
I ain't here for that. But offensively, man, I know there's gonna be just more than one, and I'll kick this one off. But I want to know, what are things that you need to see offensively? We gotta get points on the board this go around. I'll kick it off. I want to see us open it up receiver wise, right? I know our running game needs to also be established, but one of the main things that I want to see is kind of what we've seen this preseason. Can we get a well balanced attack offensively where there were cases where we didn't even have to hold the ball for long? But I want to utilize our tight ends. Theo Johnson, your ass better catch everything that
You
goes
better
your way.
catch the ball, bro.
Everything that goes your way, because I ain't going to hold you. I'm still not fully over the fact that we moved on from Greg Dulcich. But anyway, but Daniel Bellinger, shout out to him because he had a better game. But
Belly was good.
anyway, back on topic. I need to make sure that our receivers, man, Wan'Dale Robinson, again, everybody speaks about Wan'Dale Robinson or what he can't do and how he's not an NFL receiver. And I was the one always defending that shit. I was always the one defending it because of games like what we saw. Wan'Dale Robinson was a highlight to our offense.
Right.
He was getting thrown around like a rag doll. Don't get me wrong. But he was still making it happen and doing what he needed
He
to
played
do.
hard.
He played hard.
Yeah.
He played hard. So, I mean, really, Wan'Dale, we just need the consistency, bro.
Yeah.
This is just what we need from him.
And if he would have kept his feet on that deep ball,
I was just about to go.
he was gone, bro. Because the
was
defender
just-
fell. He had him, and he just couldn't hold his feet together. If he would have kept his feet, he's gone, bro. That's a touchdown.
Yes, man.
Absolutely. Very.
Yes,
I felt like that was a very underlooked play.
That was big. That would have been huge.
Yeah, it was an opportunity just missed.
Malik Neighbors, of course. But I talked about him my post game live stream after the game. But all in all, man, Malik Neighbors has to do his part. Our offensive line has to do their part. Our quarterback has to do their part. And, of course, this coaching staff has to do their part. But we got to continue to find ways to get Malik Neighbors the ball. I don't disagree with him when especially in moments where you're not getting anything going, you got to get Malik Neighbors the ball as much as you can. Like I don't disagree with that, but there's also other side to it which we don't even got to talk about again. But that's what I want to see. I want to see Malik Neighbors get those type of targets. Like I definitely got to see it. And then last, Darius Slayton, man. Darius Slayton. Anytime that we've seen Darius Slayton get the ball, it was really one time that I could really think of, but it wasn't to the fault of Darius Slayton.
No.
They grabbed his face mask like I mentioned. Why, could revisit that? I don't know. But Darius Slayton is also a receiver that I need to see the ball in his hands. Yeah. So I just really want to see a game, man, where these receivers, get some work in, man, and these receivers can help this offense. But of course you got to run the ball. Of course you got to run the ball. But again, I just want to see a better game from his receivers, man. What you got?
Oh, I totally agree with all your points, brother. As far as the receivers go, I mean, he got 12 targets, Malik, but it felt like it was so much left on the field that he could have had more.
Exactly.
Russ just wasn't seeing them in time. The offensive line was abysmal. We all know that.
Yeah.
But as far as Slayton goes, I want to bring this up too. And Slayton, I thought played pretty good, and it just wasn't seen unless you watched the 22 like you did. First of all, the play at the goal line, I believe it was third and goal. I believe that third goal play. That was actually a solid design play, I thought, by Kafka. Maybe his best design play, in my opinion, the entire game. And he just, Russ didn't hit him. He had him open, and he could have just gave it to him and let Slayton go to work. He would have had an easy touchdown, but he didn't see him. Yeah. That's number one. There was also a play where I felt, and I'm gonna blame the offensive line for this because they would just hit. They were just hitting him all day. I don't blame him from taking his eyes down, but if he would have just hung in there, Slayton had a man beat deep on a post for a touchdown, and he missed him. He just missed him. He didn't see it, and he ducked out and scrambled too quickly. So I think
wonder if that's the same play that I was thinking of. I don't know if that was Slayton or whoever, but I wonder if we thinking about the same play when the man kind of tripped up on himself.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it could have probably was that same play, and Slayton was open on the post. If he would have just looked up, I mean, he was getting hit all day. That's the criticism with Rush. First of all, he's a short height quarterback, so a lot of times he's not seeing the rush if it's coming in front of him, what's downfield, because the rush is coming at him. His vision is blocked. So if he's not getting his offensive line to keep him clean, a little bit of push there, he's not going to see guys like that if he's getting hit. So he tends to bail and run out because of that. So I felt like if he would have just hung in there was an opportunity there. But like I said, this offensive line is the biggest issue for me, besides the play call. Man. I mean, JMS is butter soft. Okay, he's butter soft. I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I honestly am hoping whenever Andrew Thomas comes back, we can shake this offensive line up, and we put JMS to the bench. I've had enough. He's too weak at point of attack. He gets pushed back. He gets no push at all, and now he gets beat on quick moves all the time. It's crazy to me. Yeah. And Runyon's been a bust signing. I tried to give him a benefit of doubt his injury last year, but I saw again the same stuff I saw last year. I saw him in week 1 missing block, whiffing all the time. That's been a problem. We need this offensive interior line, mainly interior, to be tough. How about you go out there and you hit somebody? It ain't got nothing to do with technique. It's about mano a mano. You're lined up in front of me. I'm pushing your ASS back, okay? Because I need my running back to get that ball in there. We need that. We need that. We can't just rely on Scatterbo chucking 3 guys at the line of scrimmage and getting yardage like that. So I need to see more of that. We all know TP Hudson was what he is. We all know we can't expect much from him. I would love to see Membo get the start. I would put him at left tackle. It's just my opinion, but it doesn't solve the interior issue. So let's see what happens, man. We have to challenge downfield. This Bland injury just gives me more motivation to challenge downfield. I need to see somebody go out there and say they can cover Slayton and Neighbors and maybe Jalen Hyatt might get a snap or two. Just a thought. Or Wandell out there for 60 minutes. I need to see if that's the case, man. That's
a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man. I'm with you. All in all, man, look. We already know how important this game is versus Dallas. We need this one. We need this like a fish need water, man. Absolutely. This game is huge. It's huge. Yeah. Hypothetically, right? Because I told you, I'm going to just be real, my hope ain't all the way there. And, it's an uncomfortable feeling.
I'm with you.
But
man.
Hypothetically, if we go out there, we look like a completely different team, right? And we actually look like the team that we were led to believe that we would look like. And we go take a win. What does that do for you? Is like, does that swipe away this week 1 madness for you? Like, because I know for me, right? I'm not going to hold you. If we go out there looking crispy and we get the win,
I'm back in. I'm so in. I'm back in. You kidding me? We beating the Dallas Cowboys. We're going out there and beating the team before we were getting. I'm back in.
Your boy is back, boy.
Hey, listen, Brian Dable, please, if you're watching this stream, Brian Dable, Shane Bowen, Kafka, if you go out there and show me and my guy TP what we want to see and the rest of Giant Nation, I am back in. Trust me on that. Go show us. Go prove it to us, y'all, because we need it. Let's go.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm
going to get up out of here, though, brother.
All right, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you let me come and tap in with you, man.
Nah, I appreciate it, man.
Spend the time.
Yes, man. Thank you. One more time, man. Just let the people know where they could, get in touch with you and subscribe to your channel.
Appreciate you, man. Listen, y'all. Giant Nation, I love y'all to death. Let's take this ride, y'all. TP, You already know, hit that subscribe button to my guy, man. You
Yes,
already
sir.
know big things on this channel. And if you want to come see what I got to say, I would appreciate it as well. My ad is BORN 4 Sports. SPORTZ 75. There you go. You see it right there.
There we go.
Come see me, man. We talk Giants, we talk Knicks, we talk Mets. Whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Appreciate you all, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Have a goodie, brother.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Yeah, that's my guy Born for Sports, man. Make sure that y'all tap in with him, man. But all in all, look, yo. Look. All in all, this is huge, man. This game is gonna be huge. And again, like I said, this is not an impossible thing. You know, my hope may not be all the way there. I may not be, you know, where I want to be as far as as a New York Giants soldier that I am, the comfortability of it all. But the truth of the matter is, week one was week one. You know, you got to move on. That's the name of the game. And, you know, we'll see. We will definitely see. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man, that is in the chat, that is vibing with me. Look, please make sure that you like this stream and do not forget to subscribe. Let's close this thing out, man. I'm gonna let my guy, you know, serenade y'all for a little bit, man, because I may be wounded. I just may be wounded, but I am not done. I am not out of the war. Okay? Fee, fi, fo, fum. Listen, man. You could be down 50 points, but as long as you have breath in your lungs, man, and you can keep going on, man, that is just what it is all about. And that is the energy that I'm coming with. So I will be suited up for war. I will be suited up, ready to see the New York Giants handle biz. I'm moving on from that ugly shit that we did week one, and I have no choice but to. But that is the reality of it. Hey, Mets, I see you in the backstage, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you real quick. This is the first time I did this, man. I'm trusting you. I'm going to give you real quick. I'm going to let you say your piece. Say your words. Make it quick. Don't make it long. Don't make it drawn out. And then we're going to get up out of here, man. So without further ado, I'm going to make my guy, man, who just hit the link in the chat, who wants to say a couple things. Mets, talk to him.
If you ask me, the whole cancer that this thing's going to survive, the cancer that's been festering needs to be cut, and it's stable. It was never Jones. It was always him. The tactical tunnel vision. Ain't no one damn play style. Enough is enough.
That's Mets.
I do not suggest talent. Wait, say that.
Hey, Mets, I don't blame you for your madness.
As the signal, we break out the news. The people's throat, knuckleheads.
All right, Mets. I tried, man. I tried. Hey, man, thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Sunday, 1 p.m. It is lit. I'll holler at y'all, man. Fee, fi, fo, fum. It is definitely be real, man. It was definitely real. Peace.
AKA lion, AKA tiger, how we swinging iron, walking through the fire, certified pioneer. Yeah. Keep applying pressure to the foes, born closer than I pit, closer than my dish. Yeah. Keep it where the giant hit.